I am a project worker here at the Booth Centre and have been here for approximately 9 months. So my current role is to help to facilitate, manage, plan and engage people in various activities which include art, drama, singing, streetwise opera. We've done Learning Circle today, which is a political discussion this week. Could be a discussion about architecture next week. Obviously the drama, which you've been involved with. I have a background in similar jobs within this sector, so working at the big issues, supported housing, mental health, community support, young homeless people, mental health charity. So for me, coming to the Booth Centre was like every client group that I've ever worked with and sort of under one roof in this centre that's just a microcosm for art-based therapy as well as advice work, and it's just, you know, it's just a fabulous centre, and it's the people that make it work, and we try and cater for everybody's needs as a way of encouraging positive change in people. When the Scrooge was performed, that was my first day. So 18th of December I think it was, and the afternoon performance was up here in this amazing space, and I was genuinely blown away. Everything from the artwork that Ujis had designed, so that was the backdrop, the chorus, how professional it was, how passionate people were, and how you saw how people's nerves at the start of the performance, and they started to warm to the audience's reaction, and it was really touching. It was brilliant, and that was my first day. So I wasn't in Scrooge, but yeah, I experienced it as an audience member and also as a new member of staff, which was a brilliant first day. What the Streetwise and the drama do is really genuinely groundbreaking, because it really takes people out of the comfort zone, which means that for that 2 hours in that session, they can have this opportunity to not forget, because things are always, you know, bubbling under if there's various things going on, but it's a diversion away from maybe, you know, some of the key things that are happening in that person's life at that moment in time. And one of the experiences of the drama, especially in the run up to the last performance, which had been written by Janine and the people in the centre, and the music had been coordinated by Simon, but then also the input from people in the play meant that they had complete ownership on it, and people were learning lines, and they were quite difficult lines. There were a lot of quotes by people like Dali and Oscar Wilde, and it was really unique. And I think every single person that was in that performance, especially a couple of people, had some really serious things going on at that moment in time, ranging from personal health issues to accommodation, and every single person turned up at both performances and they nailed it. And that was testament to what the sessions do, but also what that individual can achieve, but within a supportive group as well. It really, you know, ironed out some of the issues that people have with one another as well, because there was you know, if there's any tension bubbling, because it's a stressful thing to do, isn't it? And people just really focused and just managed to just really put that to one side. And I would imagine that a lot of professionals would really struggle in that environment to pull it off with those things going on in their lives. It was brilliant. It's about giving people an opportunity to see what they can achieve, but to aim high as well, to show people that we can put a performance on so that people have got something to work towards. So we can say to people, look, dramas every week, we're going to be working towards something, you can have this much involvement or that much involvement, and you can see people's confidence grow, and that they're being constantly encouraged and the skills are being developed. And it means that we're investing in people's abilities and the skills and giving them that opportunity to aim that bit higher, and it just means that they do have an opportunity to switch off for a short period of time, and a reason to come back into the centre and feel included be involved in something that is beneficial to the people that they're working alongside, to their centre, because it is their centre, and to realise that, you know, the person that at the start of the session says, I'm not going to sing and I'm not going to get up on stage, and you hear it at the start of every drama session, every Streetwise, every singing, and then, you know, guaranteed 9 times out of 10, at some point, depending on what that person's got going on in their lives, they'll start coming back, and rather than them doing the same thing every week, they're developing that skill, and then they, like I said, they've got something to work towards. And it genuinely has a massive positive impact on people. So the people performed in the theatres, they performed here, they performed in London, we did performances at the Whitworth Art Gallery recently. So these are big things. They're not just confined to the Booth Centre. They're big things that people can work.
And do you think that kind of confidence of doing that really helps in other areas?
Yeah, massively, because it's you know, it sounds like a cliche, but it isn't. You can't just put a roof over somebody's head. You've got to look at all the other things that will help somebody to maintain a good quality of life and to stop people from feeling isolated, whether that's by somebody coming into the centre every single day and being part of the centre and contributing and being involved in making decisions about the centre, just means that they've got, you know, they're included in. When we're talking to volunteers about promoting the sessions, we clearly say, you know, if you're saying drama, then you need to follow it up with saying, you know, don't worry, you know, you're not going to be coming upstairs and putting on Romeo and Juliet straight away. You might be doing it in 6 months' time, but reassuring people that, you know, we start off with when we call them games, we're talking about memory games and focusing, and thinking about working together as a team. So we'll gauge how we describe the sessions according to what that person's kind of fear factor is, if you like. But then reassure people that, you know, that their peers will then say to them, look, you know, I was a bit nervous at the start, but we've just put this performance on, but there's behind the scenes things that you can do, and just give it a try. And so we will say to people, look, if you just want to sit and observe for this first session, that's absolutely fine, because it can be overwhelming. It's overwhelming to new staff and volunteers. So if you've walked into a centre for the first time and then someone says to you, right, come on, you know, let's go and do drama, so we've got to be very sensitive to what that individual's situation is at that time. It might be that drama's the last thing on the mind because, you know, they need to get accommodation, but if they feel comfortable enough coming into the centre, when we can start, you know, getting them a little bit more settled, they know that there's drama on, they know that there's art on, they know that so when the time is right that they can get involved. So we need to make sure that we're speaking to people and making people feel that they can get involved without it being too much pressure. So yeah, it's definitely how you describe it, but it's also about saying to somebody, yeah, you can, of course you can do this, of course you can do it, and we man the sessions with enough volunteers and staff so that we do keep an eye out, and if somebody does look a little bit like rabbit in the headlights, that we're sensitive to that, and, you know, make sure we're sat next to that person, and, you know, if they can see that we're getting involved and that other people are passionate about it, then, you know, usually they'll gradually start to, you know, to feel a bit more comfortable. Not usually, always. Yeah. This isn't a professional terminology, but they get it. They get it. They get the centre. They are really skilled, and I mean, I'm not a drama professional. I'm not a singing tutor. I think there are certain things that you can train. You can train somebody how to, you know, to write a script, or how to, you know, to face the audience, which is what Janine and Simon and Streetwise do. But to understand the way that a centre operates and be sensitive to people's needs if they're having a bad day, or to spot that person that they might not want to sing that day, but they might be good at behind the scenes. They've got this ability to make sure that everybody feels involved, and to bring that person in, and they get the centre, and they know how to break down sessions as well. So when, for example, Streetwise and drama, when we're working towards performances, what the facilitators are really, really good at is breaking it down into sort of bite-sized chunks, if you like, and then putting the whole thing together, which I guess that's what you do with any kind of play. But to then do that with people that are literally coming in off the streets that morning and just need to have a couple of hours time out to do that is a massive skill that I think is intrinsic in somebody as well as being tweaked by the training.
Thank you.
Drama is obviously, it's not just about the performance, it's about the direction, it's about the lighting, it's about music. So we have got, as I said, we've got the singing sessions, we've got people that are much more practical and want to get involved. So for example, we've got a sewing session on a Thursday, and we're talking about the sewing session, making some of the outfits, accessories for the performance. So that will link into the people in the sewing session. They might never ever want to get up and sing or act, but they will be involved in that performance. We've got a few people that are very, very technically minded, so we're talking about those people getting involved with the lighting. We've got some really, really talented musicians who Simon has got involved in the singing, who've been playing guitar but they didn't want to sing. So yeah, the whole centre has got the capacity, and Ujis, who did all the artwork for Scrooge, I'm sure we can recruit him again to do that. So yeah, we can pretty much, we're talking about a booth centre theatre company basically in relation to the Edge in Chorlton, and yeah, we believe that we can put the theatre company together because we've got people in the centre that have got the skills to make the whole thing work with just the direction from Janine and Simon. It's really, really important that the partnerships that we have are long term. So the fact that we are planning to have a booth centre and Edge theatre company it's not a flash in the pan idea, it's something that we'll be working towards, and that long-term partnership work is brilliant because that's stable, and we'll have people that will come in and out of the centre for various different reasons, and you'll have some people that come to every single week and every single performance, and they're reassured that they know that this partnership work is going to be ongoing, and it means we can do some real quality work. So yeah,
That's great.
We've got an open door policy. We invite funders, we invite friends of the booth centre to everything that we do. So for example, we've got an art exhibition, an open afternoon in a couple of weeks' time. So all our funders, all our corporate funders, all our individual donors are invited. Because if you just have a direct debit of £3 upwards to a charity, but you don't see the outcomes, it's just a transaction, isn't it? It's just it's you do your budget and it's £3 going out to this charity, that charity, and I'm sure you've done it. You often do that, and you don't, apart from some of the marketing or newspaper articles, you don't actually get to physically see what the benefit is. So we invite everybody to the drama performances, to Streetwise. For example, Streetwise last performance we had 150 audience there, maybe more, and the two performances from the drama I think had about the same amount for those plays. So people want to see, and they genuinely come away and say, oh my gosh, that person isn't just homeless, they've got these skills, they can sing, they can act, they're able to do this, and my money is going to fund that, and it's for the people that are in the plays. You can see absolutely beaming from the end of it. It's just like this energy, it's brilliant. Obviously we're an independent charity, obviously I don't know the ins and outs of all the budgeting, but we have Amy, who's our fundraising and development manager, who's absolutely brilliant, and she's juggling various things like individual donors who, that £3 collectively makes a massive difference. She's overseeing the Sleep Out. We've got a charity event that we do annually, Sleep Out. So we do events like that. We've got people running marathons, doing various charity events. Then we apply for funding to Comic Relief, National Lottery, some lots of money for council, various individual streams. So yeah, there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, especially with Amanda, the CEO, and Amy. So yeah, we wouldn't be if it wasn't for for the goodwill of the individuals and the fundraising that involved. We're not just funded by one pot of money, so. to pick up a piece of paper to learn a script, to step into the shoes and the character of that person. It doesn't matter how much money you have in your pocket at that moment in time. Obviously it does outside of that, but people can relate to at least one character in each play or each story, and it helps people to relate to certain issues in life. And I think that's the power of literature and theatre anyway, is that it's an open, it starts debate, it starts conversation, it helps people to feel that they're not just on their own. There are these other issues going on, and if you've been feeling isolated, or like you don't count, or you haven't got the funds or the the things that society says that you're supposed to have to be a fully operational member of society, to then be able to sort of sidestep that and perform in a play and read a script that you kind of say, oh right, so these issues, yeah, they are out there, and I can link into them. It can be almost reassuring, if that makes sense. And also it can help people to step out of poverty in a way, in terms of, because poverty is not just about money, is it? It's about how you feel about yourself. To not have something, or to feel like you should be having something. It's not just about the money, is it? It's about that self-worth in that way, and that's how the drama and the performance can help people on that side of poverty. And also practically it means that people are coming into the centre more, and we can do the other work behind the scenes. Obviously we've got the activities, but we've got the advice work where we'll help people with housing and with accommodation, with money. So for us that means that we're hopefully working with people on both sides.